Hello, welcome to data making. So, I want to do this video for a long time. I want to do a video about how to scrap data with Julia, right? So that's the thing. So what are we going to do is I just want to know. I just want to scrap all this prime minister names of India, like prime ministers of India. So in India, like the prime minister holds the key to power. The president is just a ceremonial person. So he has power, but he can overrule prime ministers. He can overrule prime minister, but since he's not directly elected by people, or some kind of directly elect, he's not directly elected by the people. So the president has limited powers, but the prime minister do have very lot of power. So that's the thing. So there is a list over here. So here is a Wikipedia URL that lists all the prime ministers. So I just want to scrap it. So, but for scrapping, you need to know certain things. You need to know about HTML. You need to know about how to select HTML attributes. It's called CSS selector, they would say, right? So you need to know about HTML, what HTML is, and all those stuff. You people need to know. If you don't know, yeah, like it's quite difficult, right? So yeah, you can read about it and you can know what HTML or XML or whatever it is, and all those stuff. Okay, so here is a Wikipedia article, right? And you also need to know what CSS selectors are. CSS selector, because it's using this only you'll select all those HTML elements, right? So that's the thing, right? So that's what you will do, right? So and what to say? And there are two libraries in Julia. One is called Gumbo. Gumbo, they say like it's written on top of what to say? Uh, Google's library called Gumbo. Okay, so and it converts this document into some kind of stuff like you can easily query it, like what is inside this HTML and what is inside this HTML H1, and you can easily query it. So that's what this library is actually. Actually, it converts into something, some kind of data type where we can easily iterate through it or something like that. And another one is called Cascadia. Cascadia is the real thing where you just query it and you take the text out of it and all those things. I just think, right? So that's the thing, right? So yeah, in fact, like Gumbo and Cascadia use together so much. Like I really don't know what is Gumbo and what is Cascadia. Cascadia really. I only know the practical aspect of it. So I'm just going to say like how I scrap data, okay, in this video. So why I'm just doing is like yeah, it's needed in my book, like data science book. Okay, so over here, yeah, of course, getting data from the internet is very crucial for data science. Like many data you won't the client won't be having, and you need to see like if the world events are correlated to some happenings in a company and all those things. So scrapping is very important, right? So that's the thing, right? So yeah, let's start, right? So oh yeah, I've commented some code like package. I've just put this package and I've tried to install this Gumbo, Cascadia, and HTTP, right? I'm using Julia 1.7 over here. So that's the thing. So if you want, you can just uncomment it and uncomment these lines and just run it. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And yeah, I'll also put this Jupyter notebook online so that like you'll have access to it. So this is a URL prime ministers of India. Okay, so uh, the reason why I'm accessing in different private browser is like if I put this URL in my browser over here, right, over here, it'll come in what to say, over, right? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay, if I put this URL in my browser over here, right, you will get some kind of formatted page. Like that's good to read. Like that's because of a browser plugin, right? So that's the thing. Oh, why it's taking so long? Right. Okay. So look, this is not the real stuff. Okay. So this has been formatted by this plugin, some Wikipedia plugin called Modern Wikipedia, right? So that's the thing, and this might not give a proper HTML and all those stuff. So to analyze this document, I need to put in a browser that doesn't have this Wikipedia plugin and all those stuff, right? So in in almost all of your browsers, it's going to work fine, right? I'm just saying why I'm putting this in a private browser, right? So that's the thing. So what you need to do is like I would recommend using Firefox because that's really good, right? So what you just do is like you just go and you just do this inspect stuff. Okay, so over here there are a list of prime ministers. So if you just hover it, you'll just see, and this table has an ID called PM list. Okay, so that's the thing. So what I'm just doing in my mm, where is it? Okay. In my code is okay. I have this URL. First, using this HTTP library, I'm getting the URL. Okay, so and I will get some body. The body will be something like okay, like this one. Like if you put sorry, like okay, yeah, Control U or something like that, you'll just get it. I'm using a Mac. I'm very ashamed of it. But yeah, like if I put Command U, I'll get it. Okay, so that's like so this is the thing you'll just get. So this is what has been formatted by the browser and shown like this, right? So yeah, so basically what you'll be getting over here is that stuff like all those textual XML document. XML with only certain attributes is called as HTML, right? So you'll just get it, and that's the thing. And you'll just use this parse HTML. I think this is from the library Gumbo, right? I think all others are from this library Cascadia, right? So, and you will make it into some thing like, okay, if you just put a type of HTML, it will become a HTML document. It's not a string or something like that, right? And if you just put like HTML.root, it will say HTML element. That is the top of the thing, right? So as I told you, like there is this table, and this table has an ID PM list. Okay, so you over here you need to know about CSS selectors. So that's the thing. So and this table also has like table rows. So this is a row. Okay, so this is a table row. This is a row. Wait. Okay, sorry. So this is a row. This is a row. This is a row. So that's how it is. So what I'm just doing is like okay, I'm just trying to take out. Um, Come on, I'm just trying to take out. Uh, okay, this table I know, right? The table ID is PM list. Okay, let me make it bigger so that like you people can see it better. So PM list, and over here I'm just trying to take the table row over here, right? So that's what I'm just doing, right? So table row, I'm just taking. So it'll take all these row elements and all those stuff, right? Some rows will fail while we are trying to extract the PM name because okay, these rows. Okay, some rows might have PM name. Okay, so possibly wait a second. Yeah, this row has a PM name, but this row doesn't. This row doesn't. Sorry. This row doesn't. This row doesn't. This row has a PM name, but yeah, so some rows have a PM name, some don't, but so some rows will fail. So we'll see how to deal with it in the future. So yeah, this seems to be a good example. So because like it also has conditions where it fail and all those stuff. Okay, so I'm just taking it all row by row, and some rows will give PM name out, some rows will not have it, so the code will fail, right? So that's the thing. So it's a very long thing. Okay, I could have put what to say, comma over there, and okay, like what to say. If I put comma over here, right, and if I just execute, nothing will come. But I'll let it be there. Let it be there. We are just learning, and let it be there. So that's the thing, right? So so yeah, the comma will just hide the output, so that like if you know that you're going to get very long outputs, you can put comma at the end, right? But since we are just learning now, so I just make learning videos, so that's the thing. So now, yeah, I just want to add another thing over here. So, okay. So, okay. What are these data rows? Okay. Okay, yeah. So I just took it in a variable called data rows. That's what I just think. Wait a second. Wait more than a second. Yeah. Rows is here. So how do I get this data rows? Okay, so what happens over here is I just have 30 rows over here. And what I discovered over here is it's mostly counting. Okay, so like okay, let's say like okay, this you just have, right? And the first rows, okay, so okay, I just found like okay, like you just have this first, second, third, and only from fourth there is some kind of data. Okay, only from the fourth row is there in the T body. Okay, so what I just did was like okay, with this knowledge, what I just did was like I named a variable called data rows and took it from the fourth to the end of all rows. So I just put it as data rows. So that's the thing. So I just clipped the header off, so out of it. So that's the thing. And after that, what I'm just doing is now I'm just experimenting. Okay, this data row of one, if I just put, I'm just getting something, right? And in that, the fourth stuff, okay, the fourth stuff, I'm just getting something that's like this one, right? So it has all been, this name is hidden in nested and all those stuff, okay? And in that, if I just put like this fourth stuff of first, oops, I will just get the first element out of it, right? Okay. But it's so deeply nested, I need to put so much. So I just need to put so much over here. So that's the thing. And that's what is just happening over here, right? So I just need to put so much. And it looks not so elegant, but the thing is, yeah, that's how it is. Okay, sorry. I need to put so much data rows of one, right? I need to put so much to get all those nesting out. And finally, I need to put dot text to get it out, right? So that's the thing, right? So if I just put it, I'll just get it as a string. Otherwise, I'm just getting it as some other data type, right? So that's the thing. So it's saying HTML text. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So, okay, if I just put that, okay, I'm just getting the prime minister's name. So what I just need to do is like now I just have this PM names, what to say, array. And I said like some of them will fail. Okay, so what I'm just doing is like, okay, I'm just taking row in data rows. So for each and every data row, I'm just taking it as row, and I'm just trying whether I'm getting name by giving this stuff. Okay, so this might look not understandable, but yeah, I just did it with some kind of trial and error. So that's the thing. So of course, with Jupyter notebooks, it becomes very easy. You can just inspect it and do all those stuff, right? So I'm just taking name. So I'm just putting like, okay, this very same stuff. Okay, this very same stuff. I'm just putting that is like this stuff, like from this 4 on, right? So data row of 1 is a row, right? Similarly, data row of 2 is another row. So it just keeps on iterating. So I'm just putting this and just getting the text and putting it into a variable called name. Then I'm just pushing this thing into PM names. Okay, so that's the thing. And I'm just encapsulating in try catch block because as I said, like all these things, like okay, this has the name, but a thing before this doesn't have a name. Can you see that? So only this has the name. Okay, that's been highlighted in blue. The next thing doesn't. Okay, the next tr doesn't have a name. The next tr also doesn't have a name. So they made it like the row to span like 2 or 3 rows, or over here I think 4 rows over here, and only one of them has a name or something like that, right? So that's how they have done, right? So yeah, you need to take that into account. So I just thought, okay, like okay, if that fails, okay, let it fail. So I'm just going to catch it and do nothing about it, right? So now the PM name should have all the names. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And yeah, I just found one thing. Like our present Prime Minister is Narendra Modi, right? So his name has been left out of PMs. Okay. The reason why I'm laughing is like I'm kind of like what to say. I don't favor him, so that's the thing. I'm just laughing. I just thought even the computer algorithm knows that. Okay, like he shouldn't be the PM or something like that. But yeah, okay, yeah, fine, right. That's all politics. So right, that's got nothing to do with data science. Let's look at the thing. Okay, so that one seems to obey some other kind of special case, and I'm not. I really don't know why. Like I didn't investigate why. Look, you have this. How many ones over here? One, two, three over here, right? And over here you have one, two, three, four, five, six ones over here. So somehow his name has been accessible by putting just three ones over here or something like that. So that's not there. So okay, so yeah, his name never came into this PM list, but yeah, it needs to be added. Like we elected him and all those stuff, right? So I just took Modi's name and just put it into variable Modi, and I just pushed it into PM names, right? So that's the thing. So and yeah, I just got this, and actually, like in some cases, you do have like a prime minister's name appearing more than twice or something like that, and I just took a set out of it so that like what to say. So you have totally 18 names, and only we have like 15 unique PMs. So in independent India. So that's the thing. And if you're wondering like how to get string out of this thing, because like you're just getting this HTML document, and finally you're just getting the text out of that thing. But if you want to convert it into a string, so you can take any HTML element like this. I think this is a Cascadia HTML element or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really confused between what is Cascadia and what is Gumbo. Okay, because like they're so intertwined, like I'm unable to say the difference, but I'm able to do something out of it, right? So, okay, so there is this data row. Okay, I'm just taking data row of one. So this is there. So if I just put string of it, yeah, I'm just getting the HTML stuff as string. So that's how it is. So this is how. In reality, okay, let's talk about reality now. In reality, like if somebody tells me to ask, get the prime name of prime ministers of India, will I do it using code? No. That's because it's just so few. Okay, like only like 20 people or something like that, less than 20 people. I can just copy it and put it in a document, right? So that's the thing. But this is a tutorial about like web scraping with Julia. So that's the thing. So that's why I just took a simple, relatively simple example, and I just did it. Okay, so perhaps like in the future, like if we become an interplanetary species, and if there are like 1 billion countries or something like that, and if every country has a Wikipedia page that lists the leader's name like this, almost in this very same format, and we are having a project where we need to scrap all the leaders name out, then yeah, I would say like it's better to write a code like this, and then what to say, extract leaders of all nations out or something like that. Okay, so over here I'll just develop it into a function, and I'll just give it I'll just give the function the URL, this URL, this Wikipedia URL that belongs to that particular country. So then, yeah, then we can scrap it for 1 billion nations or something like that. So and that's how it is. But just writing a scrapping algorithm for a very small stuff is not a good business decision. So if you want to scrap similar kind of stuff from a lot of documents, yeah, do write it. Okay, so that's the thing. So and if you want more, like, yeah, I can tell you about something else. Like, okay, so I think this is public. So we were doing some research about hotels and all those things in data making and all those things, right? So okay, so is this public? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Okay, so okay, let me just, yeah, it's public. Yeah, it's public. So there is this thing called Odenchatram. Like, okay, it's like called as odenchatram.com, Odenchatram vegetable market. Okay, so we were doing research about food, hotels, and all those stuff in data making, and so we need to scrap this data, like that is the vegetable prices of all those things. So over here, I think we you have vegetable prices of what to say, like hundreds of pages and all those stuff, right? So if you put view all and all those things, you will get like, okay, up to 215 pages. I think for each page, like you have nearly like 10 what to say, price 10 URLs that contains price tables. Okay, so yeah, so you've got 10 URLs that contains price table. So definitely, like, not copying and putting might not be the best efficient solution over here. But yeah, it can be done. It can be done with kind of two people for 2 days or something like that. But it's very, very kind of manual stuff and all those stuff. So what we did was like we developed an algorithm to scrap the site and all those stuff. So we developed it iteratively, and we just scrapped it. And yeah, so if you just go to this thing, like if you just go to data making and OpenChatram in GitLab, you might be able to get it. So we just put 8 versions, and I think the eighth version is the best or something like that, and all those stuff. But I'm not sure. So I'm really not sure. This was done quite a while ago. Oh, only 1 month ago, but okay, so like okay, maybe I would have committed this code 1 month ago, but I'm not sure when I did it. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's the thing, and so yeah, so we thought, okay, like it's better to develop an algorithm for this and do it. So that's how it is. So this is how scrapping can be done in what to say, Julia. You need to use this libraries HTTP, Gumbo, and Cascadia, and you can do it. So please do read about this. I'll put all these links in the video description. So I hope it this video was useful to somebody, right? So yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye.